Hola, 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 my good people. How are y'all doing tonight? I have lived my day today, y'all. I have lived my day today. I want to make this message for my friend NUNU. Hey, NUNU. What's up, NUNU? I got a message for you, girl. I got a message for you. Okay. I read your message and it touched me. It really, really touched me. But I'm finna tell you something, girl. This stuff ain't hard. This stuff is fun. If you like to play board games, I'm finna show you how to get your shit together, right? If you like board games, if you like Pictionary, right? You know what Pictionary is. You find symbols, you put them together, and you get a message. This game works for your dreams. It works for intuition. It works for visions. It just works if you just get in your mind Pictionary. Okay. It ain't so much as Caesar world. The thing that comes in with Caesar is when you're going spiritual. Whenever I talk about Caesar, I'm talking about spiritual matters. This is when you need to get in front of God. This is when you need to talk to God. This is when the rooter to the tutor done got for real. And you really need to get in contact with him. That's when you can't bring Caesar. That's when you can't have no attachments to Caesar. That's when you gotta take off Caesar clothes. Because, you can't get rid of Caesar clothes. You gotta live in Caesar's world. But the thing is not to get attached to Caesar's things. Not to get addicted to Caesar's things. Not to let Caesar's things run your life. Not to let Caesar's things replace God. That's really what he's saying. Don't love Caesar more than me. Don't believe Caesar and don't believe me. I gotta use Caesar, y'all. Y'all know what I'm saying? Because it seems like that's a word that'll click in you to make you get what I'm saying. So all you really trying to do, my love, is just get your mind to flip. Get your mind to think. Because you're supposed to be walking through both worlds. You're doing it every day. You just ain't aware of it. You don't pay no attention to the stuff that go like this, to the stuff that make you go or say, did I see that before? Or I just noticed something. See, you give yourself the clues. See, you're going to have to start spending time with yourself, no. Meaning you're going to have to start paying attention to when your body make gestures, when your face frown up like this. You're going to have to pay attention to taste that come into your mouth. You're going to have to get to know your body. Like if it's something that say you hungry and you want something to eat, right? And say you live on a strip mall where it's like, say, 25 restaurants and you have no idea what you want to eat. All you got to do is think. When you're looking at restaurants, you'll go, nah. Nah. You might see them and be like, well, nah. You do stuff. Your face make gestures. But when you see one that you can eat, one that you agree with, you'll go, like you got a bright idea. You do it every day. You just don't pay any attention. So to play this game called life, because that's all it is, girl, you need to grab your pieces that are connected to you. Your pieces are called the word. People get the word confused with the book. Word don't mean a book, okay? You see all them words printed in the book. That's what the word means. Not the book, but the words that's printed on the paper. Certain words that are printed in there got power. Certain words are what's telling the story. If you look at the Bible and you pay attention to the Bible, it don't matter if they stripped it, raped it, changed it, you still can't move the evidence of God out of there. That's why that's still a good source to go to, because it's God's inspired, man. God inspired, man. God will say, hey, dude, wake up. We need to talk. I need you to get a pen and paper and write this down. You know what I'm saying? This is the inspired word of God. This is a message from God. But don't confuse that with the word of God, because the word of God is personal, it's alive, and you can actually hear it. You can actually feel it. You can actually get a gut feeling from the word. You can actually get visuals and pictures from the word. Now, to truly get it, you're going to have to be childlike minded with the pretend. You know how to use your imagination. You know how to get a spoon and a fork and be like, hey, you the mama, you the daddy. I told you not. You know how we used to make believe with stuff. Well, in a child's world, those aren't a spoon and a fork. They really are the mama and the daddy. So the only thing that blocks you is acceptance, is resistance. Like if you resist thinking like a child, why would God give us the secret? We know too much. We do too much. We got too much fear in us. We talk back. We unruly. We untrusting. But to a child, you are that child's God until that child realizes that there is another God. That child depends on you for everything. You ever seen a child, the daddy keeps saying, I'm going to come get you, I'm going to come get you. And that little child be looking out the window, go sit down, go do something else. You can't lie to a child. A child believes you without question. A child believes you without thinking. All it is you converting back, and it's really putting your trust in something that you consider invisible. But if you put you on it, it's not invisible, right? So your words, when you speak your words, pretend that you are God. All you're doing is mimicking Jesus' acts. All you're doing is mimicking what the prophets did. You just playing Get Like Me. I love that game, Get Like Me. You know, you ever heard Get Like Me? So when you mimic God, then you have to believe that when you speak, things have to move. Things have to activate. Things have to shift. It's the only thing stopping you is, do you believe that? It's as simple as that. Do you believe that you can speak to something and it has to obey you? Do you believe that you have the same power as God? That's what it all boils down to. Now, once you get that under control, see, nobody can control your belief but you. Only you know if you believe for real. Now, once you get that under the map, now you're going to start being watchful and vigilant. And when I say be watchful and vigilant, you're going to start paying attention to objects, words, pictures. You can put whatever you want to put on it, but the way I've learned is it has to repeat itself. That's the way I've trained myself to get it, because I notice that they do repeat itself. Why do things repeat itself? Well, God is a parent. And when a parent is trying to get something through to a child, do your mom and daddy tell you do something one time and leave it alone? No, they'll find a whole lot of ways to tell you something, but sticking to that point, they trying to drill something in you. Well, God is the parent. You got to look at it like that. And so he's going to bring certain things in your face. Okay, now, if you want to use this gift, you can use this gift for personal gain, or you can use this gift to serve God. It's your gift. It's just called noticing stuff. So since I've learned how to notice things that keep repeating itself, notice things that mirror things in my memory, in my mind, in my experiences, it's personal. This is why you can't put it off on somebody else. Somebody else can't tell you you didn't see what you saw. Because that word is going to follow you. It's going to keep showing itself to you. Now, you are instructed to follow the word. You are told not to bring a change purse. You are told not to worry about what you gonna eat, what you gonna drink, what you gonna wear, where you're gonna live. You know why? Because you're following a dang on word, girl. It's as simple as that. How you gonna follow a word if it's sunflower, right? You gonna bring a coat to look at the word sunflower. You need a coat because you notice some sunflowers in the corner. Do you need money? Because you just walked in the restaurant and you went to the bathroom and the whole bathroom is just decorated with sunflower to the point where it's sickening. Just sunflowers. Are you going to ignore, since you keep seeing sunflowers, see, I'm trying to show you how to do it. Are you going to ignore if you done seen it these 2 times, right? Now a little girl just come up to you out of the blue in the say the Walmart or something. And she's like, hey. Now, you have to do something. You have to look back at her and wave back at her. But when you do, you're looking at her and you're noticing, oh, she got on a sunflower dress. Okay. That's 3 times. Right? Now, you done got in your car. And you riding on and riding on and riding on. And all of a sudden you get off on the wrong exit. So you like, dang, where I'm at. Then you look up, it's a billboard. And it's got a big old sunflower on it. And it's like, welcome to such and such a city. The Sunflower City. You got to say, okay, now this okay, it's too many times I done seen sunflowers. Now, you replace sunflowers with anything. I'm just giving you an example because these are some of my examples, right? How I know sunflowers need to talk, or they need to take me somewhere, or it's giving me a message. Now, I'm going to get something to eat now. This could happen in a day. My day could have been full of sunflowers. This could be my week. My week could be full of sunflowers. Okay, I'm like, okay, I'm finna just go get me something to eat. You know, I'm bored. Now, where I want to go eat at? You know what I'm saying? So you get in your car and you drive and you go to the restaurant. Then all of a sudden, it's no more parking spaces. And you like, oh my God, where the heck I'm gonna park at? So you drive around, then you end up finding one parking space. See, you just pay attention to the stuff that just seem odd. Don't that seem odd? You show up at that time, there are no parking spaces, but then you just ride around, then all of a sudden it's one. Like that one parking spot was waiting on you. You see how you just pay attention to occurrences. And I have gotten used to things being out of place where they shouldn't be. How many times it keeps showing up. Things that match. I'm very personal. I pay attention to myself. So you pull in the parking lot and you get this one parking space. Okay, that's a clue right there. It's all the parking spaces are full. Now all of a sudden you there and you the only car and you need a parking spot and it just one. So you go in the parking space. When you getting out of the car, you just so happen to look, and it's a car sitting right next to you, and it got the sunflower steering wheel. It got a sunflower hanging from the sunflower visor. It got sunflower seat covers. It got sunflower floor mats. It got sunflower stickers all outside the car. When you look at the tag even got a sunflower on it. Okay, now. You see where I'm going with this? Now you need to start recognizing and speaking to it. Because you don't want nothing to say that it never knew you. You don't want your environment to say, I never knew you. That's who gonna say they never knew you. Not God, but what God, his creation, his nature is gonna say it never knew you. You never talked to anything. You never paid attention to anything. You ignored all the signs and all the wonders that kept on coming in your face. You just was living your life and just not paying no attention. So when that time comes, they gonna say, I don't know them. I don't know NUNU. So you gotta start paying attention. So now, this sunflower is having fun with you. So now you really paying attention to sunflower. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna go home and you're going to research sunflower. You're going to find out everything you can about this sunflower. You're going to go physically about the sunflower. Then you're going to go spiritually. What does this sunflower represent spiritually? Y'all, that sunflower is so freaking deep. The sunflower is a god in itself. So you want to get to know these words. Look how many times that sunflower just keep on showing up. It's a message in it for you. Now you looking at the sunflower in a spiritual way, and you're like, it's always looking at the sun. Wherever the sun go, it goes. It never takes its eye off the sun. When the sun go down, it go down. When the sun come up, it come up. And then you looking at the sunflower. You really looking at the sunflower. You looking at the details. You looking at the petals. You're getting to know this flower like you never really paid attention to it. So because it wants to introduce itself to you now, you need to really start looking at it. So once you start looking at this sunflower, you listen to the thoughts that's coming in your mind about the sunflower. You don't say nothing, but you can hear the thoughts just flowing about this sunflower. You might hear a thought say, that sunflower sort of look like a human. It sort of look like a man standing tall with himself like this, and he just looking at God. And he faithful to God. He getting all his strength from God. He getting all his glory from God. He won't take his eyes off of God. When that sun move, he move. And it just make him so happy. It's just like the angels saying, holy, 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 holy. Do you know that's all they say? And they just following the sun. And then when the sun go down, it's like, oh. And you so down and you so depressed because all your strength and all your joy comes from the Lord. And you can't wait till he come out. You can't wait till he come out. Because all you can do is just dream about the next time you could see him. And the next day, the morning come. The next day, the sun shine. And guess what? The sunflower stands back up. And this spirit is renewed. You know what that means for you spiritually? What do you think that means for you spiritually? What did you get out of that? Now you let your intuition go. That means keep my eye on God. Don't take my eye off God. I get all my strength and all my joy and all my nourishment from the sun. Now, you can go S-O-N or you can go SUN. Depends on what you're trying to do. If I was you, I'll go to the SON. But when you say it in spirit, you saying SUN. But when you saying it with your intent, because that's what matters, what you really mean. You saying it with the SON. You appreciating the sun. You thanking the sun for shining. You thanking the sun for the light. You thanking the sun for the warmth. You know, if you think about the sun for about 20 or 30 minutes and don't think about nothing else, if you just go in and saturate yourself with how joyous it is just to have a sun, do you know you done cured yourself of a disease? You done made something come through that you've been asking for. All it's trying to do is, if you can keep your eye on the word, you don't worry about your problems. If you can play the game, you having too much fun to be stressed out. And when you play the game, you getting a pencil, you writing it down, you done found your first word. You know what? My first word is sunflower. So you writing it down. Now you seeing sunflower so much. Don't it feel like a friend? Don't it feel like a guide? Don't it feel like a buddy or a pal? Because now you find yourself talking to it. Now you find yourself in a relationship with it. Now this sunflower becomes personal. Now this sunflower is a guide. Now this sunflower is a friend. Now when things are going down, you need to make a decision. You don't know what to do. All you got to do is say, sunflower, give me a sign. If it's meant for me to do such and such, let me see you. Or if you trying to make a decision and you wavering and you like, you know what, I think I really should do this. I just need a sign. And then you look up, you standing in the line, I'm going to say Walmart again, right? And this person got a big old sunflower on their shirt and say, just keep your eye on the sun, right? Just say that it's a graphic t-shirt. Well, you were just sitting there daydreaming about what you need to do, and all of a sudden you look up and guess what? There go your friend. So what do that mean? Do it. Do it. You got the blessings. You got the whole blessings of the universe. So now you have gotten a relationship with this sunflower. Now you starting to see it in certain places that just don't make no sense. So that lets you know, yep, you supposed to be here. Yep, you good, you safe. Because they show up where you show up. You go to a whole nother state and keep having this same experience because now this sunflower has assigned itself to you. It's become a sign. So you're going to write it down. Now, let's take another one. My purple hearts, right? Okay, I could see purple hearts in any form, any shape, in any way that say purple heart. It's not going to change the word purple heart. Now, I think my city was the first city to be called a Purple Heart city. But I already had a Purple Heart thing going on. Now, this Purple Heart thing represents my daughter. When my daughter passed, the last picture that I took in front of a Purple Heart. So every time I see a Purple Heart, who is that for? Why am I seeing Purple Hearts? Well, I have a picture with me in my daughter's hospital room that's personal. She died on that day. It made a blueprint. It made I would say a stain, but a beautiful stain. Not all stains are ugly, right? So now that I see this Purple Heart in the background, I'm seeing Purple Hearts everywhere all of a sudden. And this years later after she passed. How did I know that the Purple Heart was connected to her when she had passed a while back? Well, my son said he wanted to name his daughter after her and he wanted to see her picture. All I did was reach into the bag for the picture, but when I reached for the picture, it fell on the floor. and it slid up under the table. Now, how did this begin? First of all, my son activated it. She was on my son's mind. My son asked me for the picture. When I went for the picture, instead of grabbing it, it fell on the floor. See, it was creating right then and there. I had to physically get on my knees, crawl up under the table. By me doing this, and I got to pick the picture up, ain't that's gonna make me really look at the picture? I don't went up under the table to get it, right? I had to crawl way up under the table. So if I pick it up, of course I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna pay attention to it. And then you say, you know what? I didn't know I took a picture in front of a purple heart. Then you'll say, I've been seeing purple hearts for some reason. But am I seeing purple hearts? See, the thoughts will just start coming. So here I am about to move. But it was right before the pandemic. It wasn't time for me to move. Here we are taking the kids to school the day before they cut school out before the pandemic, right? No parking spaces. So we thought we had to park on the side of the street. But I was like, nah, go on down a little further. It might be one down there. What made me say that? So I go down there, it's one parking space. The rest of them are full. It happens like that to me all the time. I know to pay attention to that, right? So we go into the parking space and park right in front of a Purple Heart presidential sign. They turned my city into a Purple Heart city. To me, the good feeling said, don't go nowhere. You're not supposed to leave. And I'm like, wow, I keep on seeing these things everywhere. So if I'm seeing them everywhere, all of a sudden I done parked in this space and this big old sign in my face. Okay, I can't ignore that. Can I ignore that? Okay, I got one for you better. Christmas. All the restaurants are full. Christmas. I'm not feeling too good. I'm not cooking nothing. 3 restaurants we go right around, all of them packed. 3, we give up. See, just pay attention to the things that happen in your life. They said, well, we'll just go to Waffle House. I'm against Waffle House. I'm tired of Waffle House. I don't want to go to Waffle House. And then it takes a loving child to say, Mama, it doesn't matter where we go as long as we're together. And I'm like, okay, let's go to Waffle House. But I'm sitting in Waffle House like, oh, God, I'm so sick of Waffle House. Sometimes you be in places because there's something good about to happen to you. So sometimes pay attention when you irritated, when you don't want to go, but you end up going. Pay attention to that. I went sitting there 5 minutes. This old man walked through the door. He had on a Purple Heart hat, a Purple Heart t-shirt. That Purple Heart award was so beautiful. The colors was rich. He looked illuminated to me. He had on the Purple Heart jacket. Oh man, it was a blue jean jacket, y'all. When I tell y'all that Purple Heart was on there, somebody got this whole attire made for him. Now I know that this Purple Heart represents my little girl. It's Christmas. All out the blue. And he was a veteran. Everything about him was Purple Heart. A walking, living, breathing word. He's a Purple Heart. But he's alive, ain't he? He walking there with everything that say Purple Heart. He had the ring. I never seen that like this in my life. Do I ignore that, NUNU? How can you ignore that, NUNU? You can't ignore that. So what was that? What do you think kind of intuitions, what kind of telepathic messages, what was my gut saying? What do you think my spirit was hearing? What do you think conversation was going on inside of me? I'm like, Nadia, Nadia is here. She want to say Merry Christmas, family. I would try my best to get y'all to this Waffle House. See, it was no mistake. We went to 3 restaurants. And we ended up at the Waffle House. She wanted to tell her mom Merry Christmas. How do you think I felt, NUNU, when I saw this older gentleman walk through this door with nothing but Purple Heart stuff in there? And this represents my deceased daughter. How do you think I reacted? What type of feelings you think bubbled up in me? Who's doing all of that? It's just a little old man walking through the door. To a regular person, somebody else, he just a little old man coming to get him something to eat on Christmas with his family. But to me, that was a gift from God. And God gave me a gift in the form of what? Word. Now, let me tell you what my intuition say. You say you wish you could break things down. You wish you could put things together. All you got to do is just don't argue with the thoughts that come in. Don't reason. Once you throw reason in, you don't start doing it. Just see what your mind thinking without interrupting it. Let me tell you what my intuition tell me about the Purple Hearts, right? Now, I read in the book of knowledge that when you get to a certain point, you will be given an award. It will have a ribbon and a badge on it. What the heck is a ribbon and a badge? A Purple Heart award, right? This is in the knowledge book. Celestial beings got this book here on earth to help us. If you ever get a chance, go on Google, look up a PDF. You could get it for free. It's called the knowledge book. When I read this book, I bust out in tears because everything I'm telling you is inside this book. So I can't deny this stuff. This stuff was in me before I even knew the book existed. I just found out about the book 2 weeks ago. Make it so bad. 2 weeks ago, I'm sitting here reading about myself, and I keep doing that in these ancient books. Can I deny what I'm doing? No. Am I going to argue about what's going on with me? No. I'm in acceptance. I'm in agreement. I'm not fighting it. But let me tell you about these Purple Heart Awards, what my gut feeling, what my intuition is telling me. Why all of a sudden these cities are naming themselves Purple Heart cities? And if you ride through the cities, they have the signs in the ground so you can know that you have entered a Purple Heart city. Let me tell y'all what the Spirit is telling me. God marked his places. He put a mark on his love. He put a mark on what he likes. Didn't he tell them to dip the hyssop and put a mark on their doorpost because death was coming through there so death can go right past them? Y'all, I got a good feeling. And I ain't saying that I'm right, but this feeling is so strong. I can't do nothing but say this got to be the reason. I know how important Purple Hearts are to me. Why did he allow me to see them? Why everywhere I go now, it's a Purple Heart city. It ain't every city. It's certain cities, certain, I don't even know if they naming states Purple Heart states. I know it's Purple Heart cities. I'm not sure. But I think when the destruction comes, it's not going to hit those cities. Because guess what? During the pandemic, I couldn't tell it was a pandemic. During the pandemic, my life did not stop. Our household did not stop. The only thing happened to me was they cut my dang on Social Security check off. And y'all, we got a system so tight around here. One person don't got it, the next person do it. If that person don't do it, that person don't do it. Don't nobody care. Like, you need money, they ain't got it, you ain't got it. We borrow money from each other. We pay each other back. So me, anytime I need something, who not gonna give me what I need? Who not gonna help me if I call? Cause I'm not a person that you usually see asking you for stuff. So if I'm asking you for something, it's cause I really need it. They were taking such good care of me. People make sure I had the stuff I needed. I couldn't tell it was a pandemic. That's why he said, what y'all scared for? You on the ark. You ain't the one out there drowning, and you better not open that damn door because I'm in here. And you gonna obey God. If he said don't open that door, you better not open that door, NUNU. I'll cut your arms off, girl. And you get that attitude. You see that? You get that attitude. You get in the habit of doing right. You get in the habit of playing that game, and then you start taking it personal. Now you see why Peter cut the dang on popo ear off. It's good. It feel good when you know you is playing with the creator. Nobody can tell you you're not playing with the creator. Now, I go to St. Joseph Hospital. Can I ignore who St. Joseph is? Who is Joseph? You see that, NUNU? Now, I got a heart problem. I never knew St. Joseph existed till I heard a voice tell me to go. Come to find out it's a dang on heart hospital. They do heart transplant. Now, do I go, NUNU? Do I go? And I find out this place real. I'm listening to my thought. They the one said get up and go to St. Joseph. I thought I had 2 weeks to live, NUNU. So I go, and it's a real place. And look, I got a dang on heart. When I get sick, let me see, one time, yeah, this year when I got sick, when my heart was at 10%, right? Do you know when I got there, the nurse that was in my room name was Sage. Come on, NUNU, what the heck is Sage? See, that's all you doing. You paying attention to the word. Yeah, it's a girl. Yeah, she a nurse. But why the hell her name Sage and she worked down here in the ICU unit? And why she in my room and my room is number 3? She done cleaned the negativity out of there, ain't she? Don't you smudge your Sage? See, you just mirror it back to your personal life. Now, when Sage leave, guess who my nurse is? The next nurse that's gonna watch over me all night long. Her name's Serenity. Can I ignore that? Okay. Now it's time for me to get my EKG. Guess who gave me my EKG, girl? Moses. Come on now. See what I'm saying? Can I ignore this? Okay. After Serenity leave. Okay, through the night, I gotta have a morning nurse. Guess what my morning nurse was, girl? Her name was Ruth. Guess who did my x-rays? Paul. Shall I keep going? You see what I'm saying? Can I ignore these synchronicities? No, I gotta keep on going because they not stopping because they used to me, right? And I acknowledge what I see. Now, they say we got to figure out something for your heart. I've tried everything. They got a new thing that's coming out. They tell me this stuff is made out of horses. Something to do, it's a horse. It got horse in it somehow. Don't ask me. The last time they tried a treatment on me, it had rabbit in it, and it made me cold. It actually knocked me off. So I'm highly allergic to that one. They brought me back. So this one has horse, right? It's not too many medicines for me, NUNU. Now, before I came, I had a thing with horses. I kept seeing horses everywhere. I'm like, why the hell I keep on seeing these horses? It was getting ridiculous. Well, I wasn't thinking that horse represent muscle. See? All you gotta do is just think. These words that keep popping up. Ain't horse a word? Now, if I pay attention to that word, I know I'm doing good. Something with horses finna happen to me. Then I get down to the hospital, they talking about a horse regiment. So I'm asking God, is this stuff safe what they about to do to me? Because I'm feeling like a freaking guinea pig. Lord, they just trying to figure out what to do. Well, somebody kept sending me ginger ale, Seagram's ginger ale. I don't like ginger ale like that. Why do y'all keep getting my stuff wrong? I don't want ginger ale. Just send me tea. Stop sending me ginger ale. I don't want ginger ale. But guess why the ginger ale kept coming? It wasn't because somebody kept making a mistake. Ain't this a horse on the ginger ale can? It's a green and black can, and it got a horse on it. Y'all, I'm sitting there, they talking to me about horses. I'm having a thing with horses. I'm asking God, is this stuff gonna be safe, Lord? Is this gonna hurt me? Because the last time I didn't do good, I coded. I don't want to die anymore. And then I just do like this, and I look down. And I look at that dang on ginger ale can and that I've been fussing about the whole time. And there go a horse right there. So, Nunu, what is my answer? I got you, girl. You're fine. You see my stars that's on my vision board that I be having up? Well, those was on the back of my door. See? My signs was down there before me. Okay, so I had a girl come, a male come draw my blood, right? Tell me why his whole entire elbow was a sunflower. Now, did my friends get at that hospital to make sure that I was okay? See, I don't get the pleasure of not seeing and not knowing these things. I have exercised my imagination and I have played the game so long to this is normal now. If I go somewhere and if I can't find them, I don't feel right. But guess what? When I calm down, they are right there. How do all of them end up at the hospital? I felt so bad because I said, I done seen just about all my little Monopoly pieces except my Purple Heart. Nadia, you didn't come and check on mommy? Man, the day before I left, I heard a voice say, you didn't even look down at the heart monitor. I looked down at the heart monitor, the Purple Heart been sitting there the whole time, Nunu. See, is it hard? No. It's called pay attention. Did you notice that? Now you want to use this for God. Now that you done learned what you're doing, now you want to use this gift for God. And once you make up your mind, you follow the word. And once you follow this word, you just keep, when you see it, you acknowledge, I see you. Remember where you seen it at. Remember what was going on when you seen it. And it be so beautiful. Sometimes when they pop up, you can't say you don't get it. When I was sick and they thought I needed, well, I had 2 treatments because they thought I had cancer. And I ain't even had no dang on cancer. But I needed my white blood cells to go up because my white blood cells was so low that it was reading like I had cancer. Well, getting to know the mushrooms, having so many encounters with the mushrooms, I'm beginning to wonder, am I supposed to do something with them? Because the mushrooms is going ham. I got somebody talking to me, asking me something with a face mask on it. On the face mask, it's a big mushroom right there. Just, can I ignore that, Nunu? No, I can't ignore that. Then I said, well, God, if you want me to eat these mushrooms, you better put some flavor on them. Then look over, it's a big old truck right beside me called shrooms. See, I do it so much now to the point where I'm noticing that when you ask, it's already done. Time I said that, I looked over, look, the shroom truck just riding around. They got barbecue shroom, they got ranch shrooms, they got filet mignon shrooms, they got jalapeno shrooms, they got potato chip shrooms, they got cereal bar shrooms, they got so many shrooms. I said, okay, God, okay, you want me to eat them. To solidify that he wanted me to eat them. When I got home the next day, I stood on my porch just to breathe, and all of a sudden a big old rig rolled down, because I live off the highway. A big old rig just rolled down, an 18-wheeler, and guess what the picture had on it? Salad bag from Garden Express, and they had silver forks with mushrooms, whole mushrooms. The fork was stuck through the mushrooms. And it's like Spirit said, eat your mushrooms, Tasha. Go eat your mushrooms. Now, when I seen that, I took my ass to the store and I went and bought mushrooms. And I did what Spirit told me to do. And when I went back to the doctor, they said, what did you do? Your white blood cell count is gone to the roof. What did you do? I ate mushrooms. That's it. I didn't know mushrooms was that deep. I ate the mushrooms, and then I started having a dream that I was flying over fields and fields of mushrooms. I'm talking about I was just flying. Then when I read the ancient books, the secret teachings, come to find out mushrooms is a whole kingdom, baby. The king, like the god of the mushrooms. It say if you ever had a dream that you was flying over a field of mushrooms, that's the land of fungi. That means all the sickness was being drawn out of my body into the mushroom. Like they was pulling all the sickness out of my body. That's why I was flying over them. So it's not that I can discern my dreams. I just know how to put the puzzle pieces together because I collect my puzzle pieces. And your puzzle pieces are the living words. Ain't a sunflower a living thing? Ain't a purple heart a living thing? He a vet. It don't matter what form he come in, but it's a living word. So what these words do, they morph and they transform, but they'll never lose what they are. If it's a purple heart, it's a purple heart. When you say it, when you see it, you're going to say, that's a purple heart. It don't matter what form it came in, but when you see it, you're going to say, that's a purple heart. When you see it, you're going to say, that's a pineapple. That's a sunflower. That's a silver star. That's a bronze star. You see, follow the word. Most people trying to make the word be Jesus. They trying to make the word be, I don't know. But I used to think the same thing until I realized I can actually communicate with things around me. Then I started noticing that things would move around me. NUNU, why are things moving around me? Because they done got used to me. I done started talking to them. And that activates your Godship. That activates your power. Now, you believe you were made in his image. You were made in his likeness. You was made out of his own eternity, right? Meaning you are what he is. So everything is reacting to you as if you are actually the creator. Now everything sees you as the creator. Now everything feels you as the creator. Now everything wants to love on you like it loves the creator. Now everything wants to be used by you just like it would by the creator. Now everything wants to give praise. Now everything wants to be close to you because you feel like the creator. You're representing the creator. You're expressing the creator. You're reflecting the creator. Your whole countenance is the creator. You feel like the creator. Your vibration is right. You're home. Now you blend it back into the elements. And you a human being at the same time. So while other people doing stuff, You doing stuff too, but then you got something else going on. It don't do nothing but make you a super spy. You get used to energy. You get used to shifts. You get used to seeing things out of place. Like I got a silver spoon following the shit out of me. I go somewhere, we get lost, we turn around and need people yard. Well, they got a silver spoon in their fence and the fence all rusted. Why is that silver spoon sitting right there? I go to a restaurant, for some reason, it's a big old table sitting over there with nothing but one silver spoon, a table silver spoon. The silver spoon is always a tablespoon. It's not a teaspoon. It's always a tablespoon. The size is not changing. The kind of spoon that I'm seeing is not changing. I'm sitting in my car. Something said, you want a cupcake, because it's a cupcake place right in front of me. I'm waiting on my husband and my son to come out of the clinic. So you want a cupcake? No, I don't want no cupcake. You want a cupcake? No, I don't want a cupcake. You want a cupcake? Okay, let me go see what's up with these cupcakes. All it wanted me to do was open the door. When I opened the car door, there's a silver spoon sitting right there on the ground. Same kind of silver spoon. NUNU, do I ignore that? See? What's out of place? What's sitting somewhere that shouldn't be? What's being said that keep on being said? What object do you keep seeing over and over? What conversation do you keep hearing no matter if you change your whole location? Somebody talking about the same thing. To me, you could call it a glitch in the matrix where it go, You know, it's a double up, triple up, quadruple up. It just keep happening. Like, dang, I noticed that. Like that girl who went with me 2 weeks ago with that orange shirt on. That shirt got on my damn nerve too. I couldn't stand that damn shirt. It irritated me. It showed too much of her body for her to be so young. Then she had big, extreme body parts. It didn't look right. Then all of a sudden, a little girl in a smaller version, I guess they said, well, if you don't like this shirt in the big girl version, how you like it in the little girl version? See, I can go anywhere in my imagination. And sometimes it's funny. Sometimes I laugh my ass off and I don't start calling this stuff to people upstairs because I have realized that I'm not in this world by my damn self. While I'm talking to you, I'm thinking about something else, but I'm focused on you, NUNU, but something is talking about something else. And guess what this something else is? I put a picture up about some little weird looking moth thing I seen today. My spirit is concerned about it. It's been sitting in one spot for 2 days at these people's house, just sitting in one spot. Y'all, that ain't nothing but a monitoring spirit. That ain't nothing but something done came there. It could be a loved one that done. The way I look at it like this. The devil don't mess with somebody that ain't trying. Somebody that don't want God. Somebody that's not trying to fix their life. If God don't have blessings coming your way, the devil won't mess with you. So I don't know if that thing was there to watch over them. But no, I'm not even going to say that because now I'm putting my stanky on it. My spirit made me look at the thing and it's got 2 little designs on it. And when I seen it, my mind said earbuds, like listening device, earbuds. That thing been sitting at their house for 2 days in the same place and it ain't moved not once. I've been filming it every time I walk by. I'm like, this is weird. That thing been watching everybody that walk in and out of that house. This is an apartment complex. That thing could have landed anywhere. Instead, it came in my breezeway and stopped at the very first apartment. It didn't go upstairs to somebody's apartment. It didn't come back there where my apartment at and another person's apartment and the other people upstairs apartment. No, it skipped every apartment in that whole complex, came into our building and stopped right there at that door and plastered itself on the wall. It's a lunesta moth. Now, a lot of people say them things are good luck, but in the Chinese mythology, that's an omen. That's a sign of death and decay. But then it's also a sign of rebirth and transformation. And it is a sign of death. But that means they could be transitioning. They could be trying to do better. They could be having a blessing coming. Something real mighty coming. Because I do believe it's there because God wants to give this household something, but somebody up in there that don't need to be in there. Or somebody is around that don't need to be around because this seems like the energies that are hanging out lately, energies that are sucking life. And then this thing pulls energy. If you look it up, it pulls energy out of things. And it's just sitting at these people's door for 2 whole days, ain't moved. Okay, somebody told that thing where they stay, told that thing exactly where to go, and it landed right there and stayed. Do I overlook that? Can I say I don't keep seeing that thing? Y'all know what I did. If you want this job from God, he gonna tell you do stuff that gonna put you out there. Something said write her a note and put it on her door. Tell her to pray over her house and everybody in her house. Tell her she got somebody around her that don't need to be around her. There's a lot of death and decay going on. But God is giving life. God wants to give blessing. God got something big coming through here. But somebody need to be removed. Didn't I just go through that with this house cleansing? So guess what? I think when I did my house cleansing, it hit departments in my building. It hit the apartments in my building. Because I asked God to protect the whole building. Don't let nothing happen to this building. Nobody in this building. I pray for everybody in my building. When I did that, all of a sudden, the same day I lit my candles, that thing came in and it landed on the people thing. I thought it was like a cute little bug. I was like, oh. Then the whole day went by. That thing was still right there. I come back. I know a little bit gone, come back. That thing still right there. Then I put the camera up to it real good so I can get a view of it. And the spirit said those are earbuds. The little 2 designs on the back look like earbuds go in your ear. So that's a listening device. Something's monitoring them and going back telling stuff. What are they telling? So I told her I was finna shoo it away, and Spirit said, no. The owner of this place need to shoo it away. You just write the note, put it on their door. Because first I knocked on the door to let them know this thing being sent right here, to shoo it away. It was a bad omen. I was feeling sick in my stomach, like I had knots in my stomach when I was knocking on her door. Y'all, I don't like just approaching strangers. I don't. But when Spirit say do it, and Spirit been doing me like that. Y'all see what I told y'all happened to me in that goddamn Social Security office. How he made me write my stuff, my YouTube channel on a piece of paper, rip it 7 times, give it to 7 people. It was 9 people in there. And I was like, who do I get a first piece to? And he said, the man that's standing behind you in the green shirt. And there was a man standing behind me in the green shirt. And when I gave him my paper, he was a heart transplant recipient just like me. But when I didn't want to do it, when I ignored it, I had a knot in my stomach. I had feelings up under my arms, stuff crawling down my back. My body was I was being disobedient. So I must be saying something on here that one of them 7 need to hear. I pray all 7 of them was obedient, because there he said 7, meaning he seen them 7. It was 9 people in there. I was trying to just make 2 extra pieces of paper because I didn't want no other 2 people to feel left out. And when I tried to give them to them, they said they didn't want them. And the Spirit said, I told you, 7 pieces of paper. And I was like, wow. So it went to the 7 people. So NUNU, I did this for you. I try to think of some examples to try to help you get it. It's not so much as you trying to work on yourself and you trying to fix yourself. Don't throw no parts of you away. If it's some parts of you that you don't like, lift it up to God and ask God to help you fix it, to find the root of your problem and help you love on your problem, and ask God to forgive your problem for even being a problem, because maybe your problem don't know it's a problem. Maybe it didn't want to be a problem. See, when you go in the spirit realm, you start humanizing everything. You start giving everything life. You start putting flesh to things. You put a dress and suit on things, a hat and a shirt on things. That's it. But this was for you, NUNU. I love you and thank you